The storm raged over the sea, casting silver slashes of lightning against the darkened sky. Waves crashed against the jagged rocks below, and the wind howled like a vengeful spirit, whispering through the skeletal trees that clung to the cliffside. A lone figure stood at the edge of the cliff, motionless, draped in the remnants of a once pristine wedding gown. The fabric, yellowed and tattered, fluttered in the wind like torn flesh. No face, no head, just an empty space where a bride's hopeful smile should have been. It all began years ago, with a betrayal woven in gold and deceit. A man had married into wealth, sealing his future with a kiss he never meant. His bride, a delicate woman with eyes full of trust, had given him her heart, her name, and her fortune. But as the ink dried on their union, so did his patience. Greed gnawed at his soul, whispering promises of a richer, freer life. On the night of their wedding, he disappeared into the darkness, his pockets lined with her family's wealth, his heart devoid of remorse. By morning, the town spoke in hushed voices. The bride, humiliated and broken, had wandered to the cliffs. The veil trailed behind her like a ghostly train as she stepped into the mist. She was never seen again, at least not alive. Years passed. The man had built a new life, married a new wife, and fathered a son. He had buried the past beneath wealth and time, leaving no trace of the woman he once betrayed. Until the shadows began to stir. It started with the scent of sea salt drifting through the house, even on dry days. The son, a boy of 16, noticed it first, the dampness in the air, the eerie stillness that would settle at night. Then came the footprints, wet and decayed, staining the wooden floors. At first they blamed the storms. But storms did not leave dresses draped over dining chairs, torn lace whispering against the windless air, nor did they leave messages scratched into the glass of their mirrors. The words were jagged, uneven, as though written with trembling, unseen hands. "Where is my groom?" The father grew sickly, his nights restless, his sleep filled with unseen horrors. The house creaked under the weight of something unseen. At night, the son heard the floorboards sigh outside his room, slow, deliberate steps, stopping just before his door. One night, the mother vanished. They found her the next morning, standing at the cliffside, her nightgown soaked with seawater, her face vacant, her lips trembling with silent words. She remembered nothing. Then the father saw her, the bride in white, faceless, her veil billowing like smoke in the wind. He collapsed that night, feverish, his breath coming in panicked gasps. The son sat beside him, wiping the sweat from his father's brow as he muttered incoherent confessions, dark truth spilling from his lips like poisoned honey. He spoke of the wedding, of the wealth, of the betrayal. He spoke of the cliff, of the woman who had fallen, not of her own will. The son listened, the weight of revelation tightening around his chest like cold iron. His father had not just abandoned her, he had pushed her. The storm howled through the windows, the house trembling as if in mourning, and then the bedroom door creaked open. She stood there, the headless bride. A silent wail filled the room, echoing through the walls, chilling the marrow in their bones. The father clutched his chest, his breath stolen by unseen hands. His eyes bulged, lips parting in one final desperate plea. And then, silence. By dawn he was dead. The sea claimed him next. The sun stood at the edge of the cliff, staring down at the endless expanse of churning black water. Somewhere below, his father's body lay swallowed by the abyss, claimed by the same fate he had once delivered. The air was still. The presence was gone. The veil, once twisted in the gnarled branches of a nearby tree, had vanished with the wind. The headless bride had found her groom.